Me, so the media is going to start splitting out into benevolent channels and malevolent channels? Ashtar, yes. There will be financiers who will back channels of truth. Me, I guess that there will be so many others who'll do this as well with medicine. I get better advice on YouTube for my health than I get at the doctor's office. LOL. Ashtar, Ivo helps you as well. Me, yes, I still have my shiny new tooth. He said when I asked him about the others he's working on nerve regeneration. Ashtar, you'll improve your teeth, Sharon. If you want it, you'll get it. This is your power. To have anything you want. Me, what I want is Ivo. Ashtar, and you will create that as well. Your people have been victims too long. Some will cower when Big Brother comes calling, and others will stand up and fight. There are many different approaches to deal with your current situation, and which way you take depends on your own level of consciousness. Me, are we going to have an economic crash soon? Ashtar, yes, soon. Perhaps this year or next year. It won't be a crash in the way you're expecting, with the stock market crash and people losing jobs. You see, this is what they are already creating with the lockdowns, people losing jobs and businesses. Not having enough money to feed their families. This is an economic crash. And payments have been forthcoming. It is a question of having your people accept these entirely rather than being suspicious of socialist overtake and dependency on the government. Why it wouldn't occur to them that they're already dependent on the government, I have no idea, but they are. You are all dependent on your governments now. It's just that you work for your money, so you think you are free. Isn't that ironic? You believe yourselves to be free, but you work for money. And you expect the government to tell you what to believe. That's also a dependency. Me, I know. Ashtar, they'll try to remove all income earners except government positions and big business employees. They're trying to starve out small business with the COVID plan. This is part of the NWO agenda. Everything will be based upon the government and big business. The problem for the deep state right now is the alliance and Trump particularly. Then they tell you to stay home because a few people have the flu, and this is simply more control. When you read 1984, you'll see exactly what they're trying to do with this flu plan. They believe that making you dependent on the government and beating you into submission with fear will get them where they want to be. However, they underestimated the response, and they believed they would have Hillary Clinton in place right now to put forth their evil agenda. That didn't work. And it won't work next month either. Me, how will they react? Ashtar, they have less and less influence in the US, but they still have influence abroad. This Trump will begin to address further in future. Deep state puppets will be removed from power, if they haven't already, and be replaced with white hats. This will go on all over the world. The alliance will grow in numbers and in power as more and more people resist the deep state and start to have decent expectations for your planet. Me, like no more wars. Ashtar, as an example. Me, as for the COVID vaccine, should we get one or not? I'm only asking. I don't intend to take anything from any government and stick it in my bloodstream. Ashtar, some vaccines will be safe, but you have to be careful. Beware, of course, that your medical system has been constructed in order to keep you sick, so don't expect this to change overnight. Me, I've heard already there were negative reactions to vaccine tests. Ashtar, with your changing DNA, this only complicates things. There is more than one type of human on your earth right now. Me, yes. I'd love for this all to blow right open. Ashtar, it's a bit of a delicate situation right now. As you know, the deep state still has a lot of power. They also have their draconian/archontic allies that are working with them. Until the numbers drop, and that depends on you, they are required to remain on the planet. Me, remind us again of why that's so, please. Ashtar, because to remove all mind control and dark influence from those still under their influence could bring on permanent madness. As you know, Awakening is a process that is difficult for many and requires much soul searching, experience and questioning in order to make the appropriate changes. Me, never mind repetition. Ashtar, without the dark ones there as a counterbalance, your people would be launched into a higher frequency so fast it would create madness. This is a process that must be worked through by each individual mind. I said you are powerful minds, it can work against you as well. Me, true. This must have been why I knew there would be more to this channeling. Cobra reported the next day and then YouTube cut off a lot of truthers. We all knew they would do this, and they're finding alternative means to share their news reports with us. Ashtar, which speaks to the determination I was talking about. There are many ways of reporting the news, and some of these sites aren't even censored, such as Gab. Me, I finally figured out why they have a frog as their logo. Same as the announce use. Ashtar, I think some of us are missing the big picture. Can you remind us of the metaphysical perspective on this consciousness war? Ashtar, and that is, everything that happens on this planet is a reflection of what happened in someone's mind first. So the deep state and the dark alliance sets about to influence your mind so that you create the reality they want you to. All of this can be changed when you change your minds. It's that simple, simple but not easy because so many of you are entrenched in the physical reality, believing nothing is beyond it. You believe your minds are in your brain. Your mind is a separate aspect of your body. You believe only in your physical power, but don't realize the power of your mind, because of course you believe what they told you. You're only a brain. You haven't been taught how to think, you've been told what to believe. And you've been told this all your lives. What do you think your media is about? The only ones for a long time who were capable of independent thought came from other worlds and incarnated on Earth. Now this is changing. Me, so, getting back to the physical reality, this is a stage and the people in the audience are the ones creating the play, not the other way around. Ashtar, a good metaphor. Me, I'm sensing that the chips are falling one at a time. I think us light workers and anons are ready for the whole thing to blow open, but it's not going to happen that way. One week we get a clue, and then the next week something else happens, and then the next week, and so on. I imagine a deck of cards slowly falling to reveal the last card. We're not near that last card, but the cards are falling, one by one. Ashtar, your people couldn't handle the last card right now. None of you could. You have to be shown, one card at a time. Get used to that, then move on to the next revelation.